you're really wanting to get as sophisticated as you can at weeding out real versus phony, right?
Of course.
You really want to know.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And that's why you're asking if I have input, you want to know what it is.
Well, I knew you had resources here. That's what.
Sure.
That's what my neighbor Jill. She's the one who really contacted the show about it.
Right, right. And let's take a look at Robert's current pool of women, the 5. One is Sophie Preston. There's April Jean. Then there's Jane Hodges. She's also known as Jane Stamper. Then there's Rosalind Randy, and then Wendy Rodriguez. And these women are kind of from all over the globe, or at least currently are scattered kind of all over the globe, right?
Yeah, they're various places. Mm-hmm.
And you said one of them is in Modesto, or is from Modesto?
Well, not in Modesto. She grew up in the United Kingdom.
But she's in Modesto now.
That's what she says. That's Sophie Young.
Okay, and you realize that's really close to here.
I do.
Did you ask her to come up and meet you here?
No, I'm talking about going to her. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I'd like it to happen.
Why would it not happen?
Because it has to be with her concurrence, and I haven't had enough conversation with her. That's a longer story, but the fact is that she's probably homeless right now and unable to get on the internet to communicate with me.
Okay. How have you been communicating with her? Has it been on the internet?
It's been on the internet like the others.
Have you talked to her on the phone?
I've never talked. She's mute.
This is the one that's mute?
She's mute. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but she has a friend that's not.
She has a childhood friend that I did communicate with, but only on chat, not on the phone.
She couldn't go to a library or internet cafe or somewhere and get on and type you a message? Or?
Well, I don't know her situation exactly, mostly because I can't communicate with her about why she doesn't have communication. It's kind of a tricky thing there. And the reason why she's homeless is because she expected to get her inheritance, and she was kicked out of her home because her mother died and did not leave the home to her. The mother left the home to her stepbrother.
Yeah. Well, she was born in 94 in the United Kingdom, so she's 25.
Right.
Are you concerned about the age difference?
I didn't actually know she was 25.
Yeah.
I knew she was probably under 40, but I don't really look that closely at the exact age.
She's mute. She used to live with her mom in, is it Ripon, California?
That's correct.
And currently in a homeless shelter, most likely, is what you're thinking. She has a U.S. passport and a California driver's license. Her father, Michael Preston's Nigerian, but he's deceased.
Correct.
And the father was CEO of United Crude Oil.
That's what I'm told.
And her mother, Jessica Phillip, was an American and was deceased last year.
Correct.
And her mother died while on a flight, right?
That's
and
correct.
Her body is in a morgue in Frankfurt, Germany.
That's correct.
In fact, almost all of these women's significant family members are deceased.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. And she has an attorney, this Bernard T. William, that lives in Ripon, California, that manages the inheritance.
Yes, but he's a conflict, and there's a good chance that he's actually been ripping her off as her attorney and not keeping his responsibilities as an attorney.
Okay. And she's a fashion designer?
She is. She's a very good one.
Yeah. And she sells to Miskay, which is an African company?
That's right. Not entirely. I don't know everything about her past business practices, but in recent times, that's been a person who's been selling her dresses and so forth.
And y'all met on a dating website, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you've been talking via text messages for 2 years, and she's expecting $50,000 in inheritance from her father.
She's expecting she's expecting $5.5 million from her father.
Okay, but she was going to send you $50,000.
Yes, because I've been sending her money, and
You've sent her like $8,000, something like that?
probably a little more, but most of that didn't get to her. There's no way for me to know that's true, but that's what I was told.
Yeah. If she's a really good fashion designer, why is she homeless?
She's homeless because because her home was taken from her during the time her mother died. It was not in her name. So
and if her father's leaving her $5.5 million.
She doesn't have access to it.
How's she going to get access to it?
Well, through my help along the line, and it involves a process which it involves a Nigerian company. That tells you something right there, right?
It tells me a lot.